G'day punters, welcome to Tabs Getting the Jump. Those final field markets opening. Let's find some early plays for Saturday. Marc, Ohlmus, well done last week. I was away, but excellent proposal. Well done. You got the job done there at a very good odds as well, and nearly got there with Costello as well, although I think Dr. Drill probably deserved to win.
I don't know, I think would have held at the line if it had gotten out a little bit earlier. But yeah, a couple of nice results. Look, we have to mention the losers as well. Zuro, we potted at $3. It was given a peach by Matt McGilvray. I'll cop that one sweet. Just staying races, Gerard. I don't like to take favourites there. But yeah, we got an excellent proposal. Onwards and upwards to the Golden Rose for Team Friedman.
And well, spring's around the corner, isn't it? 4 weeks until the Winx Stakes, would you believe, at Randwick. So let's start at Randwick 2 with, Rosehill. We're at this week for the Winter Challenge over the 1,500 metres. And well, the market, thanks to Tab, X9 650 to 480 early doors. Then we go to Take It in turns, a big early firmer, 12 into 650. Galwar at 7, Cradle Mountain and Seaway both at $7.50. Well, X9, will she go out a winner coming off that win a couple of weeks ago? And I had some dollars on it at big odds when it missed in the Myer Classic by that much, which I will get over one day, Marc.
One day, I was saying last week with Ben Way, he was giving us a few tales of woe as well. I said, you've been too much like Gerard, but good to have you back, Gerard. New Tipperary will make the overs play again. We're loving him this prep. We had him first up.
He's 6 weeks in a row.
Yeah, we snuck him into third first up. Last start he featured in the Stewards Report. I thought it was quite interesting with Tim Clark getting off and saying that he didn't handle the heavy, even though he has in the past. He copped a Pratt in the run from Eckstein. That might have just put him off his game. He didn't really stretch out. Let's put it down to one of those old famous racing parlances, second up syndrome, Gerard, and we'll try to get
only
him
won
third
4
up.
from 8 second up.
Exactly.
Anyway.
No, exactly right. That's my point. That's the inverted commas, Gerard. Yeah, we'll go New Tipperary, $19. This is an open race, as the market suggests, and Exteen, I think, rightful favourite at around about, $4.50. If you got $6, well done to you.
Fair enough. Let's go to the Bletchingly there at Caulfield on Saturday, and race 8 on the card it is, where we've got Caesar, a $1.80 favourite. Then we got Jungle Edge, still going around a $4.60. Cliff's Edge, interesting. First run for the Mark Eustace Yard at $7.50. Bandipur, Scars of Justice, both at 10, 14 and longer the rest. Is Caesar ready to take the next step this Saturday?
I think he is, and it wouldn't surprise me to see him come out and blitz these. We saw him miss the start. First up, he was brilliant when winning, and I think we managed to find him as well at about $7, $8 earlier in the week before jumping at second favourite. He's a really smart 3-year-old, Gerard, who's got a big 4-year-old campaign ahead of him, especially because he's still an entire. There's a lot of value in him winning a big race. He might come out and win, Gerard. At the $1.80, though, we'll leave him go, and we'll go Scales of Justice here. First up off a really long
Of course,
break.
the WA form expert's going to pick Scales of Justice. What a shock.
Railway Stakes winner from 2016. Gerard,
were you on in the, was it the Kingston Town a couple of weeks later?
No, definitely wasn't.
We
on
won't
there.
bring that up again.
Stratum Star, no, we better not. $10 just looks the wrong price for a horse of his ability, Gerard, and he flies fresh. We all remember what he did in that Bobby Lewis a few years back. He ran second behind Redkirk Warrior, who went on to win Group 1 races, and that's where he actually got injured. You see, Gerard, if you remember, the cranes in the stand, he turned his head and had a look, and that's actually tweaked a muscle in his neck. It wasn't right since Lindsay Smith's got him flying. Lindsay Smith's got his whole team flying in Victoria. We'll spec him at $10 just because he's double figures, and Jungle Edge could well come out and win also because they're expecting a bit of rain at the Heath. So we'll go with Scales of Justice though at $10.
I can see this race from a bookie's perspective. You're gonna lay every other runner in the race, probably other than Caesar, and you're not gonna really risk Caesar there. And I can see Caesar coming out and winning, but it's a race that just tempts you to play outside it.
It's a good little race. Bandipur having its second start for the Lambing Stable as well, yeah.
Okay, let's go overs-unders time, and we're going to the 2-year-olds at Rosehill Gardens, the first there on Saturday over the 1,200. And this horse, well, pushed the $1.5 million colt, which was heavily backed, Spend, and nearly got there on the inside of it.
Yeah, Spend came off its back on that day, and they put a big gap in the rest of them. We speak of True Detective. I'm making him the unders play purely at the price, Gerard, at $1.70. I just think it's too short. He may well come out and win, but he can do so without my money at the $1.70. There are a couple of there I'll be basing my investments around. which we'll both touch on a little later, Exceed the Stars and Karaja, which were both at around $11. Karaja is also nominated to run in Queensland, but just at the $1.70, it's too short. We've seen this whole season 2-year-olds burning punters' fingers nearly every week. So $1.70, I think we can let it go by. We'll see how special he is. Let's just leave it at that.
Let's go to race 5 there over the 2400 and a last start winner at Doomben for Matty Smith you're looking at here.
Yeah, led all the way, Wendo. Again, this is another staying type of prospect that has just come up too short around the $2.60 mark. So we'll let it go by. There are the likes of Kelston, which could run a race at big odds. I know it's got to carry a bit of weight here, but it hasn't been running too badly. You've got Rakik in there, and you've got another couple of Chris Lee's gallopers, our candidate, and Fury, which I think this could be a Chris Lee's race.
There's good early money for our candidate too in that market. Let's now go to the last of the day at Rosehill over the 1100 and a colt for Kim War, which often teases.
Yeah, absolutely. He's $8 though. That's what got me about him this time. He's fifth up into this prep. He's gone around $5.50. Was an easy $3.40 favourite second up and an easy $6 second favourite. He opened up favourite and we potted him that day at Rosehill with the wideish draw for Robbie Dolan. And last week he's come out and run second. You're getting the price to find out of $8 about Oxford Tycoon from a very, very soft draw.
Yeah, is this the day for Oxford Tycoon? And now we're going to the Tab Lightning Stakes there in South Australia at Morphettville. And who are you playing with here?
Fair old honour roll this race, Gerard. We saw Nature Strip and Sunlight Quinella at last year. The year before Bandipur. The year before that was Vidora.
Nature Strip smashed Sunlight last year.
Yep.
And look what Sunlight came out and did after that.
Absolutely. Interesting race this time of the year as well for 2 and 3 year olds before the end of the season. Behemoth, we made our unders play. We wanted to make Excess Funds our overs play at $10, but it got backed into $7. I thought Excess Funds as a 2-year-old, he'll be a really nice 3-year-old with form around Microphone earlier on in the year and won impressively at Sandown. But Behemoth, I think 1,050 might just be a bit short for him at the $2.80 anyway. He just falls out over the 1,050. In a recent trial, he did the same. Better suited over 1,200 metres where he can find his feet and run on. A few might just be a bit too nippy for Behemoth first up.
Okay, toting around time now, and that big 6 pool is where we're playing again because it's projected to get to around $100,000 for New South Wales Tab customers. I noticed in the first leg, you've gone one out, River Bird. I mean, this horse just knows where the post is at the moment, doesn't it? And looking at the feature there, you've picked 5. Duke of Valentino, Eckstein, New Tipperary, Gorwar, and Tester Shadow. Glad you threw him in.
Yeah, absolutely, Gerard. So we'll make that our widest leg. And we'll go one out with River Bird in the first leg.
Early arrival time, your play of the week, your overs play of the week. Where are we going here, Mark?
Gerard, we're going back to the first at Rosehill and we're going Karaja. This is a smart horse, as we mentioned. It's nominated for Queensland as well, so just keep an eye out for where it goes. But I think she's actually a bit versatile, can go forward, but can also take a sit. Finally got that city win on the board. Another one with a nomination for the Golden Rose. $11. We'll make it the each way bet, but just watch whether it goes to Queensland or to New South Wales, Gerard.
Well, we've got a similar angle here because we're both happy to take on True Detective. But I'm sticking the same race with Exceed the Stars. I mean, everyone was talking about Mandela throwing it away, and I know you can then perhaps go and pot the Mandela form, but before that, Exceed the Stars beaten less than a length by Rule the World. Rule the World's come out and won since, looks pretty damn smart, and for winning form, you're getting $11.
It's the forgotten horse. It won the race, but it's the forgotten horse. Everybody was talking about how Mandela hung off the track, and then Mandela, was disappointing last week, but I'm with you. I think $11, I think it's a great price for a couple of those handy gallopers in Exceed the Stars and Karaja.
And of course, Nashra Willa. Back
returning.
On board, returning. Great to see, and he'll be riding Exceed the Stars there on Saturday. That's getting the jump for this week, Mark.
Always a pleasure.
Good to have you on board as always, and don't forget to check out the words tips on the Tab blog. Good luck, punters. We'll see you next week.